Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen, and in today's video, we're going through my February TBR. Before we go through my TBR, there's 3 things I want to go through really quick before we get started. Number 1, happy Black History Month. I hope that your reading this month is going to be nice and diversified, as it should be every single month. Number 2, your girl did it. She joined Book Talk. So if you have a TikTok, you should follow me on there at the same as my YouTube name, at Kristen Talks Books. We're gonna have a good time over there. I'm really excited and having the absolute most fun over on that platform. Number 3, just completely random, but look at my new tote bag that I got. It's the Target's Black History Month collection, and I literally couldn't say no to this thing, even though I have way too many tote bags. I needed to add this one to my collection. I mean, just look at this color scheme, look at the material, look at the straps. Like, it's nice and thick and really soft and cushy, so I really wanted to get it. And then I also got this matching pencil case. Like, come on, so cute. And I already threw all my annotation supplies into here so I could take it with me, like styling and profiling. Okay, I love it. But okay, enough with the announcements. Let's get right into my February TBR. Like I mentioned earlier, I have so many books that I want to add onto this TBR, but I gotta be kind of realistic. I mean, when am I ever realistic? But I kind of want to be realistic. And how I'm going to help myself do that, as well as, of course, help myself to knock out my physical TBR, I am bringing back the TBR jar. Okay, I kind of did this for a few months a couple of years ago, and then I stopped because I wasn't really following a TBR, but I really want to bring it back this year and see if we have better success. So how I'm going to do it is I'm going to choose 5 prompts from the jar and match it to some books that I'm interested in reading this month in February. So let's hop right into it with the first prompt. All right, picking. Be good to me. Let's go with this one. Read a book that matches the outfit you're wearing. And here it is right here. This prompt is really perfect because I obviously have on this really bright red shirt, and I have a book that I want to read this month that matches my shirt quite nicely. Feybound by Sarah El-Arifi is what I'm going to go for this prompt. I mean, there's so much red in this cover, so I think this goes nicely with the prompt of read a book that matches the shirt that you're wearing. So this is a new release. It came out towards the end of January, and I knew I wanted to add this to my February TBR. It's a book club for some of the book clubs I'm part of, and overall just a book that I want to read this month. Perfect for Black History Month, of course. So I don't really know too much about this, and that's kind of how I want to go into books these days, is not to know too much about the book so that I can just have the best time with it. But what I do know about this is that this is the first book in a new trilogy, and we got Faye involved and Elvin involved, and that's really all I needed to hear. Also, Sarah El-Arifi is the same author as The Final Strife, and I've read the first book in that trilogy and really need to get to the second book ASAP. But I know I like her writing style and the way that she tells her stories, and I like how she does fantasy. So she might be becoming an auto-buy author for me if I enjoy Feybound as well. Moving right along to prompt number 2. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's go with this one. Okay, this one says, reread a book. And here's the prompt for you guys right here. This is also super perfect for me because I'm currently reading Intercepted by Alexa Martin, and I've already read this book. I'm doing a reread because I love it so much. I literally ordered the physical copy of the book today because when I first read it, I think I read it ebook, and now I'm listening to it on audio, but I'm like, why the freak do I not have the physical copy of this book? Because it is one of my favorite romances to exist. So it's like I should definitely have that to add to my library amongst all of these other books that I own. But Intercepted is a romance by Black author, and it's the first book in this series. I think it's called Playbook series. I'm not too sure, but this is the first book. They're all sports romances. In Intercepted, we're following Marley, who has been dating this star NFL player since they were in high school, and she hasn't gotten a ring, and they've been together for like over 10 years, and she's like, what's going on? She's a freelance graphic designer, and she's just trying to make her own business pop off as well. When her and her boyfriend were on a break, she had this very hot one-night stand with another football player named Gavin Pope. And now Gavin Pope is joining the same team as her boyfriend as the new star quarterback. And she's like, what the heck? What are the chances that this is gonna happen? And so yeah, there's a little love story between Marley and Gavin, and it's so cute. It's so perfect. I love it so much. and I just knew I had to reread it at some point. So I am happy that this prompt came up so that I have an excuse. Well, I mean, I was already reading it, but now I have an extra excuse to read this book. So that's going to be my second book on this TBR. My plan wasn't to necessarily read all books by Black authors this month in February, because there are a couple of other books that I want to add on my TBR that are not written by Black authors. But so far we got 2 on there. So I'm really happy that this is going the way it's going, okay? And hopefully with prompt number 3 here, we could keep up the good luck. One just popped out of the jar. Oh well. We're gonna go with this one. Oh, read a thriller or horror. And here it is up close for you guys to see. I didn't really have any thriller or horrors on the brain for February, given that it's the love month. But let me see what I can do, because we gotta listen to the TBR jar. We gotta listen to her. So for this one, I'm going with The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden, which is the second book in the Housemaid series, I guess. And I read The Housemaid, the first book, in January this past month, and I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. And I have the second one ready to go on Kindle Unlimited. So this is a perfect time to read The Housemaid's Secrets. And so The Housemaid was about this girl. I'm forgetting her name right now. That's just how life goes. We all get it. But we're following our female main character, who has recently been released from jail after a long incarceration. And she's trying to get her life together, trying to find a job, trying to find a house, as she's currently living in her car. And she stumbles upon an ad to be like the housemaid of the super rich people's home. And of course she doesn't think she's gonna get it, because who is she? But she goes to the interview and the family accepts her as the housemaid, but there's actually something like sinister going on inside the house, and she finds out very quickly that she got herself in a messed up situation. So that's kind of what The Housemaid was about. And The Housemaid's Secret is probably going to be something kind of similar, of course, with a new twist. But yeah, I'm super excited for that one. And that's what I'm going to go with for that third prompt, which is super perfect, because your girl also, another announcement, whoa, completely forgot to tell y'all that I purchased a Kindle, and it's coming today. And like I said, I have The Housemaid's Secret on Kindle Unlimited. So what perfect timing for the Kindle to come. And that could possibly be the first ebook that I read on my Kindle. That's super exciting. So yeah, just this TBR is going perfectly, guys. It's going perfectly. Moving right on to prompt number 4. Let's see what we're going to get. We're gonna go with this purple one here. And this one says Sister Pick. Sister Pick, how cute. And it's perfect because my sister just walked in from the errands that she was running. So I'm gonna show her my stack of books and have her choose a book to put on my TBR. Please hold. Okay, so I have my sister's pick. I had her choose between 3 books. The 3 books were Happily Ever After by Crystal Sestari. I had Real by Kennedy Ryan. And then I also had Restore Me by J.L. Seegers. And the pick that she chose, which I'm super excited about, is Real by Kennedy Ryan. I get to read another Kennedy Ryan this month. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, y'all. You know I love Kennedy Ryan. You know I love her. So Real by Kennedy Ryan is going to be the pick for the prompt Sister Pick, the 4th prompt. That was a lot of words. So obviously this is a Black romance, and it is a romance between an actress and the director for, I think, like a movie that they're filming right now. So the back of the book says, forbidden attraction, scandal, and circumstances beyond my control jeopardize my dream. Cut this one shot, the role of a lifetime, the love of a lifetime cost me everything. Like, please, come on. And it's a thickie. Kennedy Ryan be writing some thickies, okay? So I'm excited. It's floppy, it's cute, it's Kennedy Ryan. Like, we can't ask for anything better. So my sister, she chose really well. And I thank her and love her for that forever. All right, y'all, we're gonna choose the 5th and final prompt before I go ahead and tell you the other books that are on my TBR. Some of them I really do plan on getting to them this month. Others are gonna be on my TBR in case I have extra time. When do I ever have extra time to read extra books? But you know, it's nice to have the option on the list on the TBR card here. So the 5th prompt, I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom. Why not? We're gonna choose this one. A book everyone seems to have read but you. Here's a prompt. I am excited about this one. This is a fire prompt because I get to read a hyped book. And dang, it's actually kind of hard because there's actually a lot of books that I haven't read, but are like super popular and everybody's read them. So we're gonna obviously go with a Black author hyped book that I haven't read yet. And so I'm gonna go with Restore Me by J.L. Seegers, the, you know, one of the other choices that my sister could have chosen. So hey, happy that I was still able to choose this one. There's another one that I really wanted to choose, but I think we're still gonna put it on the TBR and just see if we have time for it in the month as well. Restore Me by J.L. Seegers. It says an enemies to lovers romance about forbidden relationships and love after loss. Like, this is great. So we're following two main characters, Sloane and Dominic. So Dominic is Sloane's late husband's best friend, and that's all we really need to know. I think they have some like one night stands, so that's why it's like forbidden romance, but then like they also don't like each other, so there's the enemies to lovers part, and obviously they become lovers. So I'm really excited to add this one to my list. Oh my gosh, guys, I have a lot of good books on here. Some fantasy, some romance, some thriller. I really wasn't expecting the thriller pick this month, but I'm really excited for it. Okay, so now that we have my 5 books that I'm going to be reading based on my TBR game, I did want to just show you guys some other books that I plan on reading in this month of February as well, if the time allots. I am like the other girlies, okay? I will be reading House of Flame and Shadow this month, and in fact, I've already started the book. I am on page 148, chapter 14 of the book here, and I'm having a good time so far. This is just a monster of a book, and I read slow, and my attention span is not always the best when it comes to like reading time, which I want to get better at, reading for longer periods of time before I get distracted, you know, by other things like social media. But yeah, we're gonna read this book. We're gonna read it all the way through. This is just here. I also did sign myself up for 2 buddy reads this month, and you know, I'm not mad about it because I love buddy reading. So that's why I'm like, these ones I'm actually going to get to in February because I'm buddy reading it with friends. And so the first one is Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie, which is the second book in the Addicted series. And I'm reading this with Mel. And we read the first book, Addicted to You, in January and had the best time. Loved the book, loved Lo and Lily. And it's just so sad. It's just so crazy that we were just like, what if we read the whole series together? So we're going to be reading 1 book a month from this series, and so Ricochet's up next, and therefore I got to read it this month. And also I'm excited to get back to Lo and Lily's stories and see what's going to happen with them, because when I tell y'all, it's a mess with them. Okay, more thoughts coming in my January wrap up. The other book that I'm going to be buddy reading is Beast of Prey by Ayana Gray, and I'm going to be reading this with Christine. We literally decided to read this together today because she posted her TBR on Instagram, and I was like, girl, let's buddy read, okay? Because I'm crazy and I just don't know how to not give myself a lot to do. So yeah, now Beast of Prey is added to the list by Ayana Gray. This is a TBR veteran for me, okay? I've had this book on my shelves since the day it came out. Like, I'm pretty sure I like pre-ordered or like got this book pretty much right after it was released. And this book came out in when? This book came out in 2021, so it's been sitting on my shelf for almost 3 years now, and I haven't picked it up, which is nuts. It's crazy, but it's on my list now. I'm getting through the books I own. Like, this is great. This is a Black author. It's a fantasy. We love fantasy, so yeah, I'm excited about this one. Again, I don't really know too much about this book. Even after all these years, I just know that it's gotten really good reviews, and I believe the trilogy is like done now, or I think like maybe the 3rd one's coming out this year, so I can pretty much almost binge this series. So I'm really excited to get into this, and reading it with Christina is gonna just make it so much better. And then lastly, I do have books to choose on my Kindle whenever I decide to read my ebooks for the month, so they're always gonna be there. And so the books that I want to read this month on my Kindle are gonna be Outdrawn by Deanna Gray, Fast by Millie Belazaire, which is the other book that I was like, dang, I really want to add this to my TBR for the read a book that everyone's read but you prompt. Like I said, there were so many, but now it's just going to be on my February TBR for my Kindle. And then this other book that I randomly found on Kindle Unlimited called Hot for Teacher by Monique Fisher, which I don't know anything about besides the fact that I think that they're both teachers and it's like another forbidden romance kind of thing. They fall in love because you can't really be dating your coworkers like that. So that's just another book that I'm going to have on my Kindle for whenever I decide to pick up my new Kindle that's coming today. I'm so excited about that. Oh my goodness. And it's perfect because I'm going out of town next weekend. So I'm going to be bringing my Kindle. So between The Housemaid's Secret, Outdrawn, Fast, and Hot for Teacher, I'm going to have plenty of reading material for this trip. And that's it, y'all. That's the tweet. That's going to be my February TBR. Thank you to the lovely TBR jar for helping your girl choose. I was able to fit pretty much all the other books that I wanted to read in February, minus a couple that will just have to be pushed back to a later month. But you know, we got all the time in the world to be reading, so not a problem. But to recap, these are 3 of the 5 books that are on my TBR from the game. We have Faybound by Sorrel El Arifi, which matched my shirt. We have Real by Kennedy Ryan, which was my sister's pick. We have Restore Me by J.L. Seegers, which is a book that everyone's read that I haven't yet. And then we also have The Housemaid's Secret, which was the read a thriller or horror. And then we have Intercepted by Alexa Martin, which was to reread a book. But yeah, what's on your February TBR? Let a girl know. What are you guys going to be reading? Are you reading any of the same books this month? Are y'all reading books by Black authors? Are y'all reading Crescent City? Like, what's going on? What's the tea? Let me know everything down below in the comments, okay? And again, if you have a TikTok, follow me on there at Kristen Talks Books because I'm starting my new journey on that platform and I would love for you guys to be there with me as we go. If you made it to the end of this video, please comment below some red hearts because I'm wearing this really bright red shirt and because it's February, the month of love. If you like this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tell all your friends to subscribe to my channel. Hope you guys are having a great February so far. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!